Welcome to Bloodbath and Beyond. Today I review the erotic fantasy horror Harvest Lake. Written and directed by Scott Schirmer, starring Dan Nye, Kevin Roach, Jason Crowe, Ellie Church, and Tristan Risk. Harvest Lake is about a group of friends who go up north to a cabin in the woods. It's a little bit hard to explain what this film's about, as it explores sexuality for most of the film with a kind of creature feature mixed in. To kick off the likes, I definitely want to talk about the cinematography by Brian Williams. It's absolutely phenomenal, especially considering the low budget of this film. All of the camera moves were great. We also had nice use of depth of field, especially using the location to their advantage, which is absolutely gorgeous, by the way. And it just has this atmosphere about it. And that's one thing to note, that this film definitely plays with the atmosphere of the movie, from the characters' interactions as they become like more horny, and just the way that this dark presence is kind of looming over them the whole time. The atmosphere is super thick and is very well delivered. Now, this is something I haven't really touched on before on Bloodbath and Beyond, but it was neat to see an accurate portrayal of sexuality in a film. This film is based around sexuality, so while there is nudity, it's not overdone, it's not done in a weird way, it's delivered in a tasteful way. And we also have both lesbian and gay relationships in the movie, which is something that not a lot of people explore, but it's great to see that because it helps build up this sexual tension amongst everybody at the cabin. Before I get into my dislikes, I do want to say that this is more experimental and artsy than I'm used to, and the only reason that I wanted to check this out is because Ellie Church and Tristan Risk were in it, and I happen to be a fan of them. Now, to move on to my first dislike and my major dislike, and the one that I think that a lot of people are going to have an issue with, it's the creature design in this film. This is a creature feature, and we do see a creature towards the end of the movie, and it doesn't look good at all. It's unfortunate because the cinematography and the audio and the acting were so well done, and the creature just brings it down. And considering that the film is based around sexuality and this creature, it honestly looks like somebody took a garbage bag and taped it to somebody and maybe rub some KY on it to get a little sheen to it, and that's it. After logging the footage and watching it back, I would have totally reshot those scenes because the creature just doesn't look good in the environment it's in. Without calling anyone out specifically, the whole cast was kind of stiff at times. The acting just didn't seem as natural as it should be considering the situations. I mean, people did have their moments, but there were times where the acting did take me out of the film. Overall, I think the cinematography in this film was fantastic. The audio and just the whole production value was great, but unfortunately the creature really drags this whole thing down. And this movie is a lot slower. So if you're used to the regular things that Tristan Risk and Ellie Church are in, then you might not love this movie like you have their previous work. This isn't a slasher, there's no gore, it's a very sexual movie, and it's all about the atmosphere. So if you're into that kind of thing, if you like movies like Spring, then you'll probably enjoy this one. So I'm gonna give this 3 Ellie Church booties out of 5. As always, thank you for watching. Like this video and comment below with your thoughts on the film if you've seen it, and if you haven't and you do want to check it out, there are links in the description where you can find it. And if this is your first time here, make sure you subscribe to the channel to stay updated with everything Bloodbath and Beyond.